In 2019, something strange happened. Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, quietly admitted something most companies would never say out loud. iPhone sales were dropping, not because the phones were bad, not because competitors were winning, but because people were fixing their phones. Let that sink in. Customers replacing batteries, a basic repair, were hurting Apple's revenue. That wasn't just a statement. It was a glimpse behind the curtain. Because if fixing your own device hurts a trillion-dollar company, then that company has every reason to make sure you don't. And that's exactly what Apple built. A system where repairs feel expensive, alternatives feel risky, and upgrading feels inevitable. This isn't accidental. It's engineered. Most people think Apple makes money when you buy an iPhone. That's only half the story. The real money starts after you've already paid. Apple's services division pulls in around $100 billion a year. On its own, that's bigger than companies like Nike or Starbucks. But the scary part isn't the revenue, it's the margin. Apple's services run at over 70% profit margins. That means the easiest money Apple makes comes from you being stuck inside its ecosystem. Every repair you don't do through Apple, it's lost revenue. Every phone you fix somewhere else, it's money escaping. So Apple redesigned the game. Repairs aren't just maintenance anymore. They're a controlled gateway. Inside every modern iPhone is something most people don't know exists. A system that checks its own parts. Replace your screen with a perfectly working one from another iPhone. It might still break features like Face ID, not because it's damaged, because your phone doesn't recognize it. This is called parts pairing. Every component, battery, camera, display, is digitally linked to your device. Think of it like this. Your phone has a memory of what belongs to it. And if something changes without Apple's approval, it reacts. Warnings appear. Features get disabled. Performance drops. Same hardware, different outcome. Why? Because Apple decides what counts as valid. Now imagine this. You crack your screen. A local repair shop offers a quick fix for around $140. Apple charges about $200. Same problem, same solution, very different price. Now scale that up. Camera repair. Apple approximately equals $400. Others $80. Back glass. Apple $500. Plus others $150. Sometimes 3 buy. Even 5x the cost. But here's the twist. Even if you go cheaper, your phone might punish you. Warnings. Disabled features. Annoying alerts that never go away. So you face 3 choices. 1. Pay Apple 2. Live with a broken experience 3. Or just upgrade. And that's the genius of it. No matter what you choose, Apple wins. After criticism grew, Apple announced something that sounded revolutionary. Self-repair. Fix your own phone. Sounds empowering, right? Until you actually try it. One journalist ordered a simple battery kit. What arrived? Almost 80 pounds of equipment. Industrial tools. Massive cases. Lab-level hardware to replace a battery. The rental fee. It's about $49. But Apple also places a $1,200 plus hold on your card. Miss a deadline? Could be charged more than the phone itself. And even after you fix it, you still need Apple's system to approve the repair. Without that, your phone treats the new part like a stranger. So the message is clear. You can fix it yourself, but you probably won't want to. Apple doesn't just control devices. It helps shape the rules around them. Publicly, Apple says it supports repair rights. Behind the scenes, things look different. Industry groups backed by companies like Apple push against strong repair laws. They don't block them outright. They weaken them. Remove enforcement. Add loopholes. Protect systems like parts pairing. In 1 year alone, Apple spent millions lobbying. Not loudly, quietly, because the less you notice, the better it works. In 2024, something changed. A US state passed a law targeting the exact mechanism Apple relies on: parts pairing. The law made it illegal to reduce functionality just because a part wasn't approved. For the first time, the system was challenged directly. It passed with overwhelming support. That matters. Because once one place proves it's possible, others follow. Let's zoom out for a second. Globally, the world produces over 60 million tons of electronic waste every single year. To put that in perspective, that's like throwing away about 1,000 laptops every second. And that number is not just big, it's rising and rising fast. The worst part. Most of it isn't properly recycled. It ends up in landfills, poisoning the soil and water, or gets shipped to developing countries where it's dismantled in unsafe conditions. Now here's the real kicker. A huge chunk of this e-waste didn't need to become waste at all. A lot of it could have been repaired. A cracked screen, a worn-out battery, a faulty charging port. These are often simple fixes. But we've all been there. You take your device in for a repair, and suddenly, it becomes incredibly expensive. Sometimes it costs almost as much as buying a new device. Or it becomes overly complicated, with manufacturers telling you it's impossible to fix, or that you have to wait weeks for a special part. Or, and this is the most frustrating part, the repair is simply restricted. You're told you can't use a third-party repair shop, or that only authorized technicians can touch your device. Faced with these hurdles, what do most people do? They replace. They give up on their perfectly usable device and buy a new one. It's that phone that just needed a new battery, it's now trash. It's that laptop with a single broken key. Trash. Perfectly usable, valuable devices are turned into waste. Not because they're broken beyond repair, but because the system is designed to make repair a nightmare. We hear a lot from big companies, especially Apple, about their commitment to the environment. They talk a big game about recycling. They'll tell you about their robots that can dismantle old iPhones to recover precious materials. And recycling is great, don't get me wrong. It's an important part of the puzzle. But recycling is what happens after something has already become waste. It's the last line of defense. The real question, the one we should all be asking is, why are so many of our devices becoming waste in the first place? Why is the lifespan of our expensive gadgets getting shorter and shorter? Apple has faced laws, intense criticism, and public backlash over its repair policies for years. Right-to-repair advocates have been fighting tooth and nail to give consumers more control. And yet, despite all of this, Apple still wins. How? It's not because of a secret hardware lock or some unbreakable code. It's because the strongest lock they have isn't in your phone. It's on your life. Think about it. Just stop for a moment and think about what is actually inside your phone right now. Your photos from the last decade. Every message you've ever sent to your friends and family, all your apps, your banking information, your health data, your work contacts. It's not just a device. It's a container for your memories, your connections, your entire digital identity. So, leaving Apple, or any dominant ecosystem for that matter, isn't just about switching a piece of hardware. It's not like trading in a car. It's about uprooting your digital self. It's a massive, complicated, and frankly scary process. You risk losing data, breaking workflows, and disconnecting from the digital world you've built for yourself over years. That's why people stay. That's why you might stay. Even when a repair is outrageously expensive. Even when you're deeply frustrated with the company's policies, you stay because the alternative feels too risky, too chaotic. And Apple knows this. They've built their entire business model around this lock-in. This brings us to a really uncomfortable truth. A question we need to ask ourselves about all the things we buy. If you need to ask for permission to fix something you supposedly own, do you really own it, or are you just renting it? Are you just paying for the privilege of using it? Under the strict terms and conditions set by the manufacturer, it feels like we're moving from a world of ownership to a world of rental, where we're just temporarily licensing control over our own property. Apple has masterfully built a system where repairs are tightly controlled. They decide who can fix your device, what parts can be used, and how much it will cost. They've designed their products and software in a way that discourages alternatives. Using a non-Apple charger, you get a warning message. Trying to repair your screen at a local shop? You might lose features like Face ID, and all of this is engineered to make regular upgrades feel not just desirable, but necessary. Your old phone gets slower with every update. The battery life dwindles. And suddenly that shiny new model with its must-have features seems like the only logical choice. They achieve this not through force, but through clever, deliberate design. But let's be clear, this isn't just a story about Apple. They may be the most visible example. But this trend is spreading across industries. From tractors to coffee machines, companies are using software and proprietary parts to lock down their products. It's making it harder for you to repair them yourself or go to an independent shop. This is about the future of ownership itself. Because if a company can control how you repair your products, they ultimately control how long you can keep them. And if they control that, they control how often you have to open your wallet and pay them again. It's a cycle. They sell you a product, control its maintenance, and dictate its lifespan, ensuring you'll be back for the next version sooner rather than later. It's a brilliant business model for them, but a costly and wasteful one for us and for the planet. If you've ever paid for a repair that felt completely unfair, or if you've ever felt pushed into upgrading your phone or laptop when you didn't really want to, then you've already experienced this system firsthand. You're already a part of it. This isn't some abstract, far-off problem. It's happening right now in your pocket and on your desk. The only real question left is how long will we let this keep working? How long will we accept a system that generates mountains of waste, drains our bank accounts, and strips us of our right to own and control the things we buy? The conversation is changing, and more people are waking up to this reality. The future of technology and ownership is being decided now. Thanks for watching. If this got you thinking, consider subscribing for more deep dives into the technology that shapes our world.